Okay, so there's a Revelation, and this is the marina we're leaving from in Chichester, Birdham Pool. There's the estuary, and after a shakedown cruise, making sure she's okay because there's a bit more work to be done, then off we go. I've worked on her as best as my skills will allow. She's still floating, so time to go really. Anything else she needs, I'm just going to have to do along the way. Well, it's Thursday the 18th of June. We finally left. Off down the Solent to Newtown Creek for a couple of nights, through the Needles, tour across the south coast of England. I haven't seen much of that yet, as far as Falmouth, then across the channel to Labarack for a few nights, and then off across Biscay south to the sunshine. So you see the speed at which these things move. Look far into the, just ahead of my bow, there's the sealing ferry there with a helicopter hovering over its stern. Has been there for about 20 minutes now. Hasn't done anything else, hasn't lifted anybody off. Ferry hasn't kind of stopped, but helicopter's just hovering there. This big Leviathan comes in. I never know if they travel that fast at such close quarters. They usually come in a lot slower than that. He's obviously got a lunch date or something. So this guy is circumnavigating the world too. It might take me 2 or 3 years. He'll be done in about 3 weeks. I have precisely no idea what that is apart from a big noisy F. Some sort of offshore racer. Just making a lot of noise basically. And I'm sure he'll be back. Well, I've done this a couple of times. I have to speak quietly not to disturb the wind. It's the Isle of Wight round the island race. Done it a few times and so little wind and the tide changes, you just never get to finish it. Other years it's blowing like hell, but I don't know, 300-400 boats. And for those that don't know the Solent, I'm going to be crossing busy shipping lanes no doubt all the time, but look at this, between Southampton and the Isle of Wight you've got slow ferries, you've got fast ferries, you've got hovercrafts. I mean, it's an absolute nightmare. Wind over tide. I think if you can sail the Solent and not get hit by a ship, you might have a chance of going halfway around the world. So here's a couple of huge cruise ships coming out of Cowes Friday night, 6 o'clock. So letting people go aboard these boats. 2,000-3,000 people. Oh! One was waiting for the other one to come out for about half an hour. Yeah, they won't open the marinas to visiting yachtsmen, but you can go on a boat like with 3,000 people. Well, it makes no sense to me. I think that's kind of the replica of the Queen Mary or something. huge. Anyway, off down to sunnier climes. It's going to be 30 knots tomorrow, so it's blowing like a bit now, but got 30 knots tomorrow going across Biscay, so they're all going to be happy with that. Well, I haven't even left the Solent. Got some shocking rope burns a couple of days ago. Never had them before, and I'll never get them again. The pain is just shocking. I mean, it really is. The heat in your fingers, it's like first degree burns. Put your gloves on, idiot man. This is Newtown Creek. It's blowing about 15-20 knots, so my fingers recover and spending a few nights here where I can work on the boat. I was outside last night, but it was a bit rolly. It's never that nice, so come inside here. You can hear it's still blowing a little bit, but the pretty sheltered from the waves. Well, no waves basically. So I'll spend a few nights here and do a few more repairs before heading on to the next stop, which will be probably Brixham, where I'm going to pick up my very expensive bobs that I bought. Dinghy, rope, life jacket, VHF, stuff like that. But for now I'll just be here for a few more nights. And over there on the bank that you can't see, there are a couple of seals been lying out the water for about 2 hours, which leads me to believe, I'm not even sure whether they like being in the water, they've been sitting in the mud for the last hour. Here's the night after the storm. 9 o'clock sunset. Absolutely shocking yesterday. That's why we do not go sailing. This is why we do. She has a habit of eating a few pieces of bread and then falling asleep. Definitely panicked. Duck-egged. Anyway, it's Bridget and Ken scavenging for more food. So it's Sunday night, 21st of June, still in Newtown Creek. Okay, girls and boys, too much excitement for me. See you in the morning for breakfast. Bless you. Choke through the night. And she's asleep. Off to the pub, he says. Duck.